This center console is completely busted. The rear ashtray's broken. We got a busted window switch. This shift boot is tighter than my bed sheets. The kidney grills are ready to fall out. And the fog lights are stuck on with the car off and the key removed, killing the battery. Now I'm currently restoring this BMW so I can give it away to a lucky subscriber for completely free when I'm done. But before I give it away, I gotta fix all these little details. So let's make some progress on the interior. Now for today's parts, we have a used Alcantara shift boot, some used window switches, a used headlight switch with the non-automatic feature and a fog light button. We have a rear ashtray compartment, 2 new black kidney grills, and a real leather center console that was pulled out of an M3, E46 M3. Now I gotta give credit when it's due. A big thank you to Rob's Weekend Garage and Andy Crozier for supplying me with all of these parts for completely free. Rob parted out an E46 M3, hooked me up with the center console, the window switch, the rear ashtray. These things are never complete. You never find them in working conditions on E46s. And he really hooked me up. On top of that, free kidney grills, and Andy went to a pick apart and hooked me up with a bunch of window switches, as well as some mirror switches we're gonna install in the future. So a big thank you to my community, my subscribers, my viewers, and you watching this video. Let's get started. Let's start with this headlight switch because this battery is draining down as we speak. I'm not sure how this thing comes out. I'm just gonna wing it. Oh, that one broke. We can re-glue that. That pin was just being super sticky. Now, someone's been in here before because there's a Phillips screw missing on the right side. And there's a Phillips screw missing for this vent. I am not perfect. I break stuff all the time. You might need to pull the AC vent to get access to the harness. Let's see. It's probably why there's a screw missing. Pretty sure this thing just comes out. Got it. Everything's still functional. That's missing a little nut clip on the back, so we're not putting a second screw in there. I can see the harness. Okay, we got access. The fog lights are still on, which is interesting, so I wonder if it's a headlight switch issue or not. We'll test it. All right, it's working so far. Let's cycle the key. Okay, headlights, fogs are working, turn fogs off, car off. Fog lights are off. Fog lights are off so far, so let's just run it. It's not gonna hurt anything, and we'll see if our condition improves. I don't think the convertible top was dripping down on it. I think the headlight switch might have just gone faulty. Who knows? It's an old car. 23 going on 24 years old. That's crazy that E46s are 24 years old. Now we got to fix this trim piece. I'm going to mix up a little bit of JB Weld 5-minute epoxy and just glue this thing back in. We just need to make sure the orientation is correct when we reinstall it. And that high side there, it's going to go like that. Also, if you guys want to show some love to Rob's Weekend Garage for sending over all these parts for free, check out his YouTube channel. He does work very similar to me. DIY BMW repair, buys a bunch of wrecked cars from Copart. He does some really cool stuff and shows some really good step-by-step DIY processes. I'm gonna see if I can clamp this up in the bench vise to give it some good pressure while it cures. No, that angle is just too tough. That'll do. We just need to prop it up. We can just let gravity help us. That is nice and vertical. I'm just gonna try to run a little bead on the outside, make it really strong. I'm happy with that, and I always keep this because when this epoxy cures, that epoxy is cured. Let's do some kidney grills real quick, get another win under the belt. Now the trim package is chrome and these are black, but I still think they'll look pretty good. I'm not sure which slot the handle goes through. I think it'll go through. You wanna go through the skinny one? The hood release handle's right here. It's gotta go through the grill. No, I think it's gonna catch right there. Let's see if the hood release works. Yeah, it's stuck right there and it's rubbing. Problem is, once you put these in, it's pretty hard to take them back out. But let's see if we can finesse it. Once you put in a fresh set of kidney grills, it is pretty hard to get them back out. There we go. All right. So here's my conundrum. This old kidney grill, the hood release handle, goes right through this second to last bar. This new kidney grill is these new double slots. So it's gonna have to go right here. Before I had it in between these two. I was a little too tight, but it just doesn't wanna fit perfectly because right there, it's just, you know, it's already contacting the back. But I think we can make it work. If it rubs a little bit, that's okay. All right, let's test it. It still catches a little bit and rubs. Maybe we can, that's the downside to aftermarket kidney grills, but it'll still work. Yeah, it's rubbing on it just a little bit. See if there's any adjustability in this hood release bracket. Nice. I don't know if it'll still catch, but let's shift that over and try it. You can see the old register marks on there. That hook for the hood release needs to drop down into this slot and catch right there. So let's see. Yeah, I think it went in. The hood's latched. That clears a little better. Hood pops. Release doesn't scrape as much. Hood comes up. All right, that works. Let's see if passenger wants to come out as easy as driver. Nope, we don't want to bend the tab, so we'll release it from the backside. There's these claw-looking tabs on the kidney grill, and they latch onto a piece of metal on the hood, so we're going to release these from the hood on the backside. All right, that is a huge upgrade. Thank you, Rob. Really appreciate it. We'll slap a new roundel on the front end. Maybe a little bit of paint work. This thing is gonna pop. Now, I can't recall ever replacing the center console, but it looks like we got an attachment point there. Maybe one here. Two on the back, which I assume are underneath this ashtray portion. I also don't know if this is the same center console. We have to see how deep these attachment points go down. I assume they might vary differently between a sedan, coupe, and convertible, but let's just start tearing into this thing and see what happens. Worst comes to worst, we could just replace the actual piece here with these plastic bits and reuse everything else. But I would like to use this entire assembly because, oh, well, this one's just as crummy as this one. Maybe we can pull out this insert in the future, but you know, this car is not going to be perfect. We're not doing a full unibody restoration. It would cost far too much money, and I ain't making YouTube money yet, but we're going to continue doing this series as long as this channel lives. And as I make more and more money, I'm just going to dedicate more and more resources to this giveaway series. We're just going to keep continuing to grow. All right, we got two Phillips down here below this ashtray compartment. I'm going to go grab that ashtray compartment too, because we can probably just replace it while we're in here. And Rob's such a sweetheart. He included all the hardware in there too. Super awesome. I need a flashlight. Oh, these are push pins with Phillips heads. I hope this ashtray compartment is the same too. We'll see. I priced out all this center console stuff brand new from FCP Euro, and honestly, it wasn't really worth the investment for the gain that we would receive from replacing these parts. It's all just cosmetic. There's a tiny little illumination light there. That's cute. But yeah, this slide mechanism just busts and falls apart. It's just, you know, sun-baked plastic. And it is so rare to find one with a functioning accordion. I can't believe Rob actually found this. It is very impressive. All right, so that's removed. I assume we're gonna have to keep that removed for the center console. So let's start pulling more hardware. There's more accordion. I am not following repair instructions. I am just winging it. It's kind of fun that way because you guys probably won't have repair instructions either if you're trying to do the same thing. So we can figure it out together. I'll tell you what works and what doesn't. Two more Phillips. Okay, then this assembly comes completely loose. So we're gonna have to pull this in order to get this center console out, I believe. Oh, she's going. All right, there's some stuff we gotta pull before we commit to that. Oh, just kidding. This piece comes off and it is a little busted right there, but it will still be okay. And yeah, this spring completely gone. Yeah, this center console is pretty smoked. This stuff comes out really easy. This cup holder, just lift it up and out. This guy too, should just come up and out. And then we're gonna have to disassemble this parking brake boot. I just take a pry tool, pop back here. There's some little plastic clips that hold it in with a plastic tab that slides down under the front. And we won't have to take the e-brake handle off, which is great because this thing sucks to remove. It's a really easy way to cut yourself. And then this front end is catching under this. So that gives us a good opportunity to do the shift boot and the window switch. I believe These have to come off in neutral. I push down the shift lever mechanism and I just pull up. I have punched myself in the face trying to do these before, if you get really on top of it. Okay, and then let's pop out the shift boot. We should be able to just grab this leather, give it a tug up. Hopefully we can fit that Alcantara shift boot into it. Got some plugs on the back side. Shift boot can come up and out. All right, we got access to our window switches. Let's pop passenger. Driver's side is unique because it has this multi all window up and down convertible feature. So luckily all those window switches on driver's side are still functional. This thing should come up and out now. We do have a switch here, central locking. That is removed. Fun fact, I believe underneath this carpet right here might be a yaw sensor. It detects pitch and roll in the car. I had to replace one on a Mini Cooper once. We literally had to remove everything in the center console and remove the carpet in order to get down there and replace it. It was super extra. Looks like we got a couple 13s that hold this thing in. Nice, it came out. I see, it utilizes the same hardware for the e-brake assembly. Okay, and it looks exactly the same as the center console that Rob shipped over. Okay, gonna have to pull these little nut clips off the back. Reinstall these clips onto the new center console. Okay, that looks good. Drop these little circle doodads back in there. They kind of float. This e-brake bracket is causing a little bit of a fitment issue there, so I see. I'm gonna get you. Gotcha. This carpet is just so in the way of me getting this thing started, and the angle is really tough, so I don't recommend just blasting hardware in like I am with an impact gun, but I kind of have to in this situation. There, with that snugged, we got the angle. Half tempted to drop in a shorter bolt. Try to peel this carpet back. Gotcha. One more. Boom shakalaka. Let's go. Oh, this feels so nice. This is some good leather right here. This is some good leather. All right, what's the reverse order of all this? I don't know. This piece goes on next. Don't worry guys, we're gonna detail this car later. Today is not the detail day. Today is center console and little interior tidbits day. Where does this plug go to? This guy has this plug, and that plug is you. It's probably for a different package. Yeah, it comes up from the rear. It's gotta be for a different model package or something. This plug goes in through there, like that. I forgot the central locking. Shoot. Still don't know where this plug goes to, but you'll be accessible right there in case I need ya. It's probably for this guy. You know, maybe there's a package option. Where the heck did this thing come from? I don't even know where you go, dude. Anyways, I'll figure it out. At least interior works kind of comfy. Get to sit down. She ain't gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be better than it was, and that's all I'm looking for. Progress, not perfection. I've said it before, if you try to chase perfection in the automotive industry, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. You can have a car with a brand new paint job, take it on its first drive, you're gonna get a little rock chip. You just gotta learn to be okay with small little imperfections. Not every car is gonna be perfect. Especially not a 24-year-old BMW that we got for free that we're restoring. I jumped the gun again. We got to put those two Phillips in before this goes in. Okay, those. Oh, this is so much better already. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. I bet you we are one of the very few E46s, if not the only E46 in the state of California with a functioning Accord screen on this little rear ashtray compartment, I swear. These things are always busted, always. Oh yeah, that is so nice. Let's go. Shout out Rob. Okay, you go in there, little change doohickey dooter. Hey, there's a quarter in there. Maybe we'll order a new cup holder. Maybe we'll get a little bougie. Okay, That's dialed. That is all old parts, old parts, old parts. Now we do window switch, shift boot. Let's see about this shift boot. It looks to be the same out of an automatic trans car. Pretty sure this Alcantara is like a M3 or a ZHP thing. Maybe you guys can educate me on what package it comes out of. These clips are mighty tight though, let me tell you. This leather just gets so dry and tight from sitting over the years. I see it tear here sometimes. Sometimes it'll even prevent the car from going into park. All right, little nubber goes in first, I think. This is a sick little custom upgrade. I'm super stoked on this one. Oh yeah, let's go. Custom E46. We'll clean this up in the future. Let's see about this passenger side window switch. Plugs look the same. Boom, baby. Let's go. Now I still got some general module diag stuff to do. I got the convertible top diag to do. I've been a little busy with other projects. Customers F15 BMW. Also finishing the head gaskets on my brother's Tundra. And then ordering parts and starting the repairs on my Duramax diesel pickup truck. That thing got pretty smoked, almost got totaled. I also just developed sounds like a rod knock in my E90. So I got my hands full leading up to the holiday season, but we got lots of good content for you guys. So stay tuned and be patient with me on the giveaway car. That's settled in there nice. And our new Alcantara shift boot. This stuff is luxury, man. It's made out of baby hippos. Nice. Ooh, I'm hungry. It's time for lunch, guys. Boom! Let's go, baby! Where's my key? Where'd I put the key? Oh, key's in the ignition. Duh, it's in neutral. Key on. Headlights working. Fog lights working. Window switch. Oh, yeah? Window switch. Door's open, so it won't do it, but I know it works. Hazards. Working. Center console. Working. E-brake. Working, we're working! And our final piece for today's episode, our trim piece that we re-glued. Still curing, but think it'll go. Boom! Yeah! Now if y'all are new here, my name is Alec and this is Day Off DIY. I try to teach BMW owners how to fix their own cars. Like I said, I'm currently restoring this E46 BMW, and when I'm done, we're going to be choosing a lucky subscriber to give it away to. I do all kinds of stuff, BMW repairs, Chevy truck repair, fence repairs, fixing my hot tub, whatever I need to DIY, I showcase on this channel. Now, if you haven't seen the Fix and Give series yet, I will link the playlist down in the description below. And if you'd like to enter to win this free BMW giveaway, be sure you are subscribed to the channel and fill out the giveaway entry form. I'll put that in the description of this video as well. A huge shout out again to Mr. Andy Crozier and Rob's Weekend Garage. Be sure to check out his channel, give him some love, and give him a big thank you from the Day Off DIY community. I truly believe we have one of the best communities in all of YouTube. We have a Discord server with over 300 members. So if you have any questions or you want to have some discussion with some other BMW fanatics and channel enjoyers, the link for the Discord will be in the description as well. This is all thanks to the community. You, the viewer, subscribers, channel members, Patreons, people in the Discord. I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for you. So a big heartfelt thank you from me to you. I will continue giving back to this community as long as this channel exists. I hope you enjoyed, or I hope you learned something new. And as always, folks, I'll see you on my next day off. Cheers.